Are you spending marketing dollars on leads, but you're having trouble converting them? If so, this video is for you. In this video, Kelly is going to explain how to avoid profit killer number 6, the inability to convert expensive leads. Here's Kelly now.
If you don't have a copy of my book, The Top 10 Profit Killers, go to our website and get a free copy at projectedgrowthconsulting.com, all one word, lowercase. I know it's a long one, projectedgrowthconsulting.com. And what I think you'll like about this book is it does an assessment for the chapter or the profit killer, so you can see if it's something you need to work on. Then it goes through step-by-step how to fix that and an action item to-do list so that you can actually implement. Because knowing what to do and doing the right thing are two different things. We are trying to make it as easy as possible with a 1-hour solution in each chapter so that you guys can make your business the most profitable it can be. If you've been with me before, you know that revenue kills and profit thrills. Because you can put as much money in the top, if you don't have any profit coming out the bottom, it doesn't matter how much money you put in the top. So understanding your numbers besides just how much you're selling, where your margins are, where your profit is so critical. Key performance indicators, or KPIs, is something we've really concentrated last week and the week before, talking about your marketing ROI, your return on investment, and how you need to make at least 4 times your marketing investment for it to be worth it for you. So for every $10,000 you sell, you need to make $40,000 from that promotion before it's worth doing that promotion. Why? Because your net profitability is probably 20 to 25% if your business is healthy. So you're only making $10,000 on the 40 that you produced. Okay, that's what's so important. So when I say the inability to convert expensive leads, I mean everything from a phone call coming in, an email inquiry, a question on Facebook or Instagram, a question through your website, even a question when you're sitting in the provider's chair, like, gosh, I heard about your membership, can you tell me a little bit about it? And unfortunately, maybe you've created a membership that's so hard that they can't even remember how to explain it. That's why your pricing and your packages are so important, so that people can answer those questions. And I was just looking at this Harvard Business Review article about small businesses. By the way, a small business is anything under 500 employees. Over 90% of the businesses in the US are small businesses, businesses with 500 or less employees. And if you are still in business after the rough year that we had last year, then you're doing really well, because over 31% of the businesses that were open closed in 2020. And another really scary statistic is that the number of businesses that fail in the first year is a crazy number that I'm not even going to share with you because it's too upsetting to me. But here's what I want to explain. When I ask a practice, what do you need to be more successful? 9 times out of 10, they tell me that they need more patients. They need more patients. Now, this is at the same time that they're not emailing patients, maybe they're not doing social media, or maybe they're not responding to voicemails left in a timely manner, maybe they're not responding to questions left online in a timely manner. And I've always told you, the sooner that you can respond, the better your conversion ratio. So if you have someone contacting you on your Instagram page or an email inquiry, if you can get back to them within the first 5 minutes, they are blown away at the level of service. You can wow them or lose them. When I start my chapter about the inability to convert expensive leads, I have a quote from Kate Zabriskie, who's the founder of Business Training Works. And I just think this is definitely an aha for most of us. Although your customers won't love you if you give bad service, your competitors will. Some of the most successful med spas that I work with, who are busier than all get out and everything's going well, they still might trip up and not return a phone call or not respond to someone saying, hey, how much is this service? I'd like to sign up on Instagram or Facebook. It's because they don't have the processes or the systems in place that they need. So it's not a matter of needing more leads. It's a matter of sometimes hiring the right people, creating the right processes, having the right systems in place to support people that are really good people but need processes. So you've probably heard of SOPs, standard operating procedures. You need to have that for who is supposed to respond to a lead that comes to the email. Does it forward to their cell phone so they get an alert and they can respond within 5 minutes, 15 minutes? What is the training that you're providing? If you've taken our conversion consultation and closing course, you know that we recommend setting up a system like this that you're responding within 15 minutes. When someone decides to call you about your services, that means that it's a good time to talk about it, that they're free, they have privacy, and that they've got questions. That is what you're paying for. $100 to $300 per lead. And if you don't respond to it, it doesn't matter how much money you spend on marketing, it won't work. Just like paid social, any of the marketing spend that you do, if you don't respond to the client when they call, or you don't know that they're contacting you online and you're not responding, that is money wasted. And they're going to call the next person that's online in the list of SEO providers that shows up on their website. They're going to dial the next number, and if they wow them, that's where they're going. I've always said, when you have an amazing receptionist or front desk manager or concierge, client service person, whatever you'd like to call it, brand ambassador, when that person is good, they are worth their weight in gold, because it is really hard to get away from a great receptionist that is wowing you. When you wow a customer, they're not going anywhere. They don't make the next call. They come in and see you. They're excited to see you because you have planted the seed that you can't wait to meet them and introduce them to your fabulous team and to show them all about the service they want, which you just happened to get last week, or that you have a story about a friend who's had that service and is thrilled with it. When you're passionate in this industry, it is so contagious that you can convert 80, 90, 100% of the leads. I've got a lot of clients who are closing at 90% of their consultations, even 100% of their consultations, because their receptionist is so good on the phone that they're excited to come in and meet that person. And after they get their results, who do they want to show? That person. I've had it happen time and time again where they'll say, oh, can Kim come in and see my results? Well, Kim's at front desk. She's had a surgery. We're looking at the results, and here comes the receptionist in to see the results, because that is the bond, right? People do business with people they like. You're attracted to someone that you have a good conversation with, and when you really do treat the customer with the kind of exceptional service that I'm talking about, they can't wait to see you and to share their experience. So that's why we train on how to do benefit selling, how to credential your practice, how to respond quickly. All of these things are critical. Now, I mentioned this Harvard Business Review I was looking at, and I thought this was really shocking because one of the business statistics that I've known over the years is that 70% of businesses lose customers due to unidentified internal challenges that they don't even know they've got. You've probably heard the old adage that a client who's unhappy tells 10 people, a client who's happy tells 1. It's a rough ratio, right? So we have to wow our clients. We have to make them excited. So this response that I've been touting from the rooftops for years about forward those leads to your phone, know when they come out, respond immediately, have a text responder saying, hey, we're not in the office, but we'll call you back at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to set up your appointment. If you guys need a good recommendation for a text responding system that's $100 or $200 a month, comment in the comments below and I will get back to you. There's a company that I work closely with, and I literally, this is worth so much to your practice. To get a text back immediately saying we're out of the office, we'll phone you at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning or 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and you get to program what it says. It's even better than a chatbot in my opinion. Chatbots are great, but when I call a business and they're not answering because it's after hours, and I get a text immediately that says, hey, thank you so much for calling so-and-so Aesthetics. We can't wait to help you. We will call you first thing tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock to set your appointment. Thank you so much for your inquiry. Then I don't call the next person, right? I don't call the next choice to see if I can get in. So here's the thing is, I've known and talked about how important it is to respond quickly to leads in order to convert them. But Harvard Business Review did a bit of study about this, and they looked at, it was 2,000 companies, right? Their response times, 0 to 5 minute was 586 of them. So about 25% of them respond in 0 to 5 minutes. That's what you're competing with. Now look at this. No reply at all, 512, almost 20%. Less than 24 hours, 538%, or 538 businesses. And so that 5 minutes to 24 hours has the other 500, because there's 2,000 of them total. So 25% are getting back to them within 0 to 5 minutes. That is impressive. That number, that level of service just makes you think, wow, I mean, these guys have got it together. That level of customer service happened to me one time, and it's been probably 9 or 10 years ago. And one of the first things that we do when we get a new client is we call to just see how the reception is. It's a little bit of a secret shopper. We do have a full secret shopper program that I'm going to talk about in a little bit here so that you can know about that. But I used to just call and just see how long it took them to return my call, get an idea of the level of company that I was dealing with. Well, there was this company in Boston, and I did an inquiry online, and I put in my name and my phone number, and my phone rang in like 2 seconds, and I was blown away. And I just had to say, how did you guys do this? What just happened? And the gal was so cool. She goes, oh my gosh, everybody says that. They just love it. She goes, what we do is when any kind of an email inquiry comes in on our website, it forwards directly to our receptionist email, and she has that loaded on, I was a backup receptionist, has it loaded on her phone and gets an alert and calls people back immediately. And it's taken their conversion up dramatically. And I said, I totally believe that it has. And I have told client after client to do those things, and the reports that I get back are crazy. So if you feel like you need more volume and you're already doing marketing, you need to look at what your lead response time is, because that's the #1 problem. And even if you've got a $3, $4, $5 million spa going, when we do our secret shopper program, which we've recently done for a couple clients, sometimes even the best ones forget to call you back, or they don't respond to the comment on social media where you show before and after of a body treatment, and they say, what is this? How do I sign up? And it's crickets. And those just break my heart, because you've got a great business going and then there's money left on the table. But not only that, a client's had a bad experience. So I was trying to set up an IV therapy for a MedSpa in Coeur d'Alene this week and last week. It only has numbers to text the 2 owners. And about the 3rd time I didn't hear back, I finally called the other number, only because I do want to go there for this therapy that only they offer. But I'll tell you what, it put a real sour taste in my mouth. And when people don't get back to you and you're trying to spend money with them, it does not get things off on the right foot, and it makes your business look disorganized and unprofessional, regardless of how professional and organized you may very well be. So let's talk about this for a second. For elective medical practices, the receptionist performance can account for 25 to 70% of your revenue and how that associates with your customer journey. Like I said, if you're not wowed on that phone, you will pick up the phone and call for another option. If they don't convince you by credentialing your doctor, your providers, your facility, ask you questions about the results you're looking for, build some rapport, and lead you through the conversation efficiently, get you booked for a consultation, not saying, oh, let me check and call you back when I can get you in. No. We do consultations on Tuesdays and Fridays. Which day's better? Morning, afternoon? Great. How about this? No. How about this? Done. Boom. Over. Okay? If you're going to take a deposit, if you say you require a credit card for a reservation, then take the credit card every time. Follow the procedures. And that brings us back to standard operating procedures, SOPs. If you don't have SOPs for your front desk and you need help with that, jump on our website and sign up for the consultation, closing, and conversion course. It'll have everything you need in there with lifetime membership for your entire office. You can't beat it. If you don't know whether you're responding to your emails and your website inquiries or your Facebook and Instagram, you can test it yourself, or if you would like our secret shopper information, it's very beneficial, then comment below that you want to know more about the secret shopper. We'll set up a time and walk you through that. It measures over 200 points of the interaction and rates what's happening. And not only that, it really shows you where you need to enhance your systems and your training. You're already spending money for your rent, for your phone, for your staff, for your laser leases, and probably for marketing, don't waste your money. You really have got to realize the importance of responding to these clients in a professional, friendly, wow way, because that's what takes you from good to great. Now, if you are currently thinking that everything is going well, do these checks yourself. I always tell you, jump on your own website once a quarter, make sure that your mobile enabled is working. Have someone call your office. Have someone leave a Facebook message. Have someone do a web inquiry. It can be someone in your family. If you don't want to pay to have a secret shopping kind of experience done, do it yourself. It's the most important diagnostic you can do for your business. This is something that many owners are completely in the dark about and unaware of, and it's such a simple thing to check on. Many times you're not going to hear it from the clients. They're not going to tell you when things aren't going well. It's hard to tell the owner of the business that they called and didn't get any response, or that they sent in an email and no one got back to them. It's uncomfortable for the client to tell you that, and it's uncomfortable to hear it too. So check it out yourself and make sure that you are creating a wow experience. Wow, I can't believe you got back to me so quick. Wow, your receptionist is really sharp. She just made it so easy to book. Wow, I couldn't believe when I called in and talked to your team, they were so excited about this new service. I wasn't even calling about that, and I signed up. The next thing I knew, I was getting something done that I didn't even know about, because she's just that good. The old term, she can sell ice to Eskimos, yep, that's the one you want. And you want that person genuinely to be an extroverted people person who takes pleasure in thrilling people with customer service and wanting to know their results, wanting to share client stories. It's passion about the industry. And why wouldn't you be? This is the lighter side of medicine. It's the happy side of medicine. This is a happy business. People come in feeling pretty good and leave feeling even better. People are here to look and feel their best. So we are in an amazing business with new services all the time and breakthroughs. And if you can't get excited about that, you're in the wrong industry, or maybe your receptionist is, right? So make sure that you have the best person up at that front desk, because that's your first impression. You need your receptionist, and you need a backup receptionist. And you guys might already know this, but every time the phone gets answered, hi, this is Kelly with ABC MedSpa. How can I help you today? You know, lead them through, not, hi, ABC MedSpa, and you wait for them to lead the conversation. No, you're the lead of this dance, and it is a dance, and you're taking them through the decision tree. How can I help you today? Oh, well, I was calling in and wondering what your Botox prices are. Oh, great, well, thanks for calling. Have you ever gotten Botox before? Oh, yeah, I've had it a couple times. Oh, okay, well, what areas do you like to treat? You know, what are you trying to correct? Oh, well, I really don't like these lines between my eyes, and I've done my forehead before. Anyway, I just want to know your price per unit. Okay, great. Well, our price per unit is $12 a unit or $13 a unit, and we are an Allergan Diamond injector facility, which means we do a very high volume of Botox. And what that means to you is our injector has been a top injector for over 5 years, and when you're with someone like that, they know the tricks and tips of how to use Botox so efficiently that even though maybe you can find it for less per unit, we're probably going to be more efficient with the numbers of units that we use. You may not even need as many units. But most importantly, we do a consultation to double check that this filler, this toxin is the right thing for you, that maybe some other service isn't going to give you the result you're looking for along with your Botox or in place of it. It really depends, because there's new things coming up all the time, and you get a one-on-one time with our doctor to sit down and really evaluate all your goals to make sure we set up the best treatment plan for you for the best value and the best results. So I'd love to have you come in and meet Sarah. She's amazing. Are you looking to come in early week or late week? I typically schedule the consultations on Tuesdays or Fridays. Which day is better for you? Right? I just took them right through the whole scenario. Or I could have said, is $12 a unit. We do, for larger amounts of unit, the price goes down, so we'll have to take a look at you and let you know how much you'll need to really correct what you're looking at. But So-and-so is available on Tuesday. She's my favorite. I get treated by her as well. These are the things that receptionists say when they are professional wow creators. And you don't want to go see anyone else. You want to go meet this person. You want to be part of that practice. They've impressed you and you don't feel like you need to call anywhere else. It's the same thing when they come into the office and they do a consultation. When a client says, oh, I just really wasn't thinking it would be this expensive, well, it's one Google click away to know approximately how much these services cost. And I always tell people, when you get the price objection, or I need to talk to my husband, a lot of times that is, they're just not really that impressed with something in the organization, the customer service, the cleanliness, confidence in the provider. It could be any number of things. They're just not feeling it. And that's a very polite way to get out the door without being uncomfortable. Kind of like breaking up and saying it's me, not you. Right? Because it's not hurting anyone's feelings. In general, we don't like to hurt other people's feelings. We don't like to complain. We don't like to ask for our money back. And that's why owners don't know so many of the times when clients are unhappy, or they haven't been called back, or they haven't been scheduled in in the way that they would like. Or, you know, there was a counseling office that I went to, and I had a friend that went there too, and this receptionist was so unfriendly. I mean, it really made me not want to go back. And then my friend said, oh, I know, she was awful for about 6 months, and then finally she got to be nice. She goes, and I told them they shouldn't use her. I mean, and it's true. Honestly, it was so uncomfortable the first time or two I went. I just thought, I don't know why I'm coming here and spending money. Luckily, I like that counselor. It has a huge impact. So whether you're a surgeon or a doctor or a psychiatrist or it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're the superstar injector, if you have someone at your front desk who is not friendly and doesn't seem to care about you, it is not any fun to come in there, because it's the first person I see when I get there. It's the person I pay and I leave from. It is a profit killer, okay? Because you're not doing upsells, you're not doing cross sells, you're not doing retail sales up there, and they're not genuinely interested in your patient's outcomes. And that is a person that would be the bad apple spoiling the bunch. If you have that person, switch that as soon as humanly possible, because it is so much more expensive than you can possibly realize. So let's talk about this. If you have a process, an SOP, so everyone knows how they're supposed to do their greeting. They know that they're supposed to say their name and the facility and how can I help you today. They know that they're going to say that. I actually scheduled a electrician to come out, and they answered the phone, and she said something about, how can I make your day? And I was like, oh my gosh, it was so cute, right? It's just unusual to get a nice, warm, fun greeting on the phone. So you can even play with it and make it fun. And I know that you guys are probably already doing a greeting, but if you need to jazz it up so that it's more fun, do that. Always answer the phone within the second ring. Do not put a client on hold more than once. If you need to talk to a client and the phone's ringing off the hook, you need to transfer the phone off the front desk to your consultant, or have someone else cover the phones to take the calls. If they are calling in for a very expensive procedure that you know you're paying a lot of money to make the phone ring, like laser lipo or hair transplantation or breast augmentation or tummy tuck or mommy makeover, take the call. Get off the front desk, find out what they need, do your benefit selling steps, find out what they're looking for. If this is the right procedure, parrot back the benefits and what this will mean to them, explain the value of the consultation and what's in it for them, and finish the conversation and book the consultation. That is conversion. You have conversion in a lot of parts of your business. So there's the lead conversion to a consultation. There's the consultation to the close. There's the phone call to the consultation, right? There's a social media comment or entering a contest, and then emailing regularly so that you can follow up, because marketing is get, keep, and grow your clients. And it's top of the mind awareness. That's why you hear reach and frequency. We've heard it forever, whether it was being in the front of the yellow pages or the billboard at the right intersection with the right traffic patterns, or the right time on the radio or the TV when there's certain people watching, and how many times do you have to run that commercial. And don't ever do commercial radio TV if you can't afford 3 months, because you're not going to get the results you're looking for. Why? The rule of 7. People have to hear things a number of times, hear, see, read things a number of times before they respond to it. And I explained before that sometimes you pique an idea of theirs, and it's their RAS system, their reticular activating system. That's when we see something and we notice it. I told you guys before, you buy a new car, it doesn't seem like anyone has it, you get that certain brand, and then you notice it all over the place. That's your RAS system noticing it. So why does social media advertising work? Because this pop-up comes up about body contouring or building muscle. Maybe I'm working out at the gym, I feel fairly fit, I might want to lose a little weight, and then I don't even know that M-Sculpt exists or Evolve exists or any of the technologies that build muscle. There's more and more of them every month, I feel like. And I'm like, wow, I can get additional results from going in and doing that on top of my workout. And then I keep seeing it pop up, right? Because it's following me, it's retargeting me like the pair of shoes that you don't buy that you just can't shake. So when that happens, it's just planting a seed, keeping it here. And when I decide to make a move and say, okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna find out about that. I'm gonna go to the person that's been planting the seed, dripping the offers, getting the emails, right? Maybe I read a blog, and then I heard a video, and then a pop-up came up on paid social. That's why we layer the marketing, right? Because we don't know if they're going to respond from an on-hold message, a flyer at the front desk, something in the restroom or the treatment room. Maybe they get an email with a video. Maybe they see a promotion on the website when they go to the homepage. There are so many different ways that they could hear about you, and that's important. We layer the SEO, the pay-per-click, the paid social, the email marketing, so that you have enough touch points to keep at the top of the mind awareness. All of this is to create conversion. Conversion. From noticing it, thinking about it, contacting the business, coming in for a consultation, paying, and getting the service. Let's call that the circle of life, the cascade conversion. There's a lot of different ways that people refer to it. If you guys are currently not having exact protocols of how to respond to Facebook or Instagram, you need to assign one staff member who knows that at the end of every day or at lunch, morning, lunch, and after work, they respond back to any questions on social media. So you assign that to one person as part of their job description. Another person is the backup receptionist, and Prosser's getting comfortable. Prosser, the PGC pup, he's the pillow's bothering him. Okay, I'll take it down. You can assign someone at the front desk so that when an inquiry comes in, that email is forwarded to their phone, ding, and they respond right away. It's really impressive when someone says an email inquiry with a phone number and you call them in 30 seconds. I did share that story with you guys, and I tell you what, it really, really, really wowed me. So if you guys would like to get a secret shopper program done, they're very affordable. Comment below, we'll give you more info. Otherwise, do it yourself or have a friend do it for your practice. Even to the point of coming in for the consultation and looking at what the follow-up is, making an appointment and looking what the confirmation is. So another part of this is the text reminders about your appointment and the email reminders, because again, conversion means they have to come in and get the consultation and convert into buying or not buying, right? So an easy place to improve your performance that gets overlooked quite a bit is your confirmation. My favorite confirmation is the text confirmation where you get to say yes or no so that you know that they've received it. And that one I love, as well as when I call a business after hours or they're busy and I get that text saying, thanks so much for calling. We will return your call within the next hour if it's during business hours, or we will call you promptly at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. You get to decide what these text helpers say. You program them yourself, so you have all of the power on that. If you currently have a CRM with a dashboard to where you know when the leads come in and how soon they're responding, and you can put whether you sold to them or not, then you really do have everything covered to know your conversions. If not, it can be as easy as keeping we have all of these charts and tracking tools in our conversion course where you literally make a hash mark every time a phone call comes in and a hash mark every time you book them. And at the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, you can say, okay, I've got 200 calls, 50 of them booked, I've got a 25% conversion. You can even look at sales funnels and paid social and know, okay, out of these 200 leads, 20 came in, okay, that's a 10% conversion. Or your pay-per-click, I'm spending $3,000 a month, I got 30 leads, I'm spending $100 per lead. These are the key performance indicators that we've talked on previous calls about, but these are the numbers that tell you if your conversions are working. And if your conversions are too low, then it really doesn't matter how much money you spend on marketing because you're not converting those. And whether you know it or not, it costs 5 to 25 times more to get a new client, and existing clients will spend on average 65% more than a new client. So why don't we value the clients we have? That's what we teach practices again and again and again. Your social media is to stay in front of your existing clients, get them to interact with you for promotions and contests, which then their friends see, and that gets you new referral clients through your customers. Emailing them about your promotions, your events, and your specials is something that they like. Calling them for an event and inviting them, hey, I just wanted to let you know Dr. Miller wanted me to personally call you and let you know we've got a body contouring event coming up. I know you came in for a consultation a couple months ago. We've got this new machine that I think you are going to love. We only have room for 30 RSVPs, so you're on the top of my list to call. Would you like the details about the event? Does that sound like something you'd like to do? These are the kind of calls that you do. This is the scripting that you write. And this is how you convert existing clients how to come in more often. So let me just kind of get back to the basics. If you don't have SOPs or standard operating procedures for handling your leads of any type, get those in process. You need to assign those tasks to people and tell them how many times a day and how quickly they're expected to get back to the client. If you need a backup person to be able to handle the phones or to take a call when it's going to be a longer conversation about something that is an in-depth 5, 10, 15-minute call to get a surgical consult or a hair transplant consult booked in the office, when you know you're doing that, those calls do take longer. So you want to put your staff in place in order to do that. If you do not have an after-hours text sort of service, I would highly recommend that you implement one. And if you need a referral, comment below and we'll get back to you. If you don't have the time to email or do social media, we have super affordable ways to give you content or do your emailing for you for much less than what you would pay probably your person internally to do those things. And why is it important? The rule of 7. We're trying to stay somewhere at the top of their mind so when they decide they want this service, they remember that you provide it. And they've got a good feeling about you because they like your social media presence. And they think you care about them because you stay in contact with them, because you're nurturing the relationship for conversion. You guys, if you are interested in implementing these things, there's a conversion plan right in the book on page 104, step by step of what you need to do and how to do it. I hope this was valuable, and if you haven't sprinkled a lot of love and thanks on your front desk team, please do so today, because they can make or break your business, and they often feel underappreciated. We'll be doing a series of webinars coming up about how to really elevate that front desk to where they want to make a career out of being a superstar concierge team. And once you do that, you have really truly turned the corner, and you will see that you're in that top 20% of the industry. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys. Next week we will be on to Profit Killer number 7. And what that is undefined consultation structure and tracking tools. So I'm going to go into depth about a perfect consultation, what you want to strive for, how you can create that exact process, timing, who should do what, And basically, if you attend, you'll get your SOPs of consultations. You know, we can't blame poorly behaved kids for bad parenting, and that's what our role of manager or owner is to clearly define our expectations. So what we'll do next week together is I'm going to share with you, after thousands and thousands of consultation trainings and high selling events, how do you do a good consultation in order to create a 75% or better closing ratio. That's what we'll be focused in on. And if you don't have the book, go to the website and get the free copy. Thank you, you guys, and I hope that you are creating your most profitable year yet.
Thanks, Kelly. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification icon to be notified every time we post a new video. And don't forget to grab your free copy of Kelly's book and all of the resources we've provided. You can find the links in the description below.